Good morning, children. Welcome back to class 11 microeconomic class. In the previous class, we have discussed about the meaning of demand, then the determinants of demand, and also the law of demand. So, what is demand? Demand is the quantity of commodity a consumer willing to purchase at prevailing market price and at given period of time. Then various factors that are determining a demand or purchasing decision of a consumer. What are they? They are price of commodity, price of related goods, income of the consumer, then taste and preference of the consumer, and also expectation about future. Then the law of demand states that there is inverse relationship between price of a commodity and the quantity demanded of a commodity, then other thing being equal. That means demand is only a function of price. So today we will discuss more about the law of demand. We know that the demand is classified into individual demand and market demand. Individual demand means quantity of a commodity demanded by an individual household or an consumer in a market. Then market demand means quantity demanded by all the consumer in a market. So law of demand can be explained with the help of these two measures, that is individual demand and market demand. First of all, we are going to understand law of demand in individual measures. So, law of demand in the case of individual measures, law of demand states that other thing being equal, there is a negative relation between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of commodity by an individual households in a market. So, other thing being equal. What do you mean by other things? Actually, demand is the function of price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, and also expectation about future. But here, we are assuming that all these things except price is constant. Then, demand is only the function of price of commodity. All other determinants are constant. That is, other thing being equal, there is a negative relation between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of commodity. That means when price rises, quantity demanded falls, and when price falls, quantity demanded rises. Technically, we can express this as demand of x is equal to f of, that is function of p only. All other factors are constant. This red line shows they are constant. Okay. So, demand is only the function of price. Then we are assuming that all other factors are constant or being equal. So, the basic assumptions of this law are there is no change in price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, then expectation about price changes in future. Okay. Demand is only the function of price. That is individual measure of law of demand. Then we can explain the law of demand with the help of individual demand schedule and individual demand curve. Okay. So what is individual demand schedule and curve? The tabular presentation of negative relation between price and quantity demanded by an individual household is called individual demand schedule. And its graphical presentation of this relation, that is negative relation of price and demand, is called individual demand curve. It is also a graphical presentation of individual demand schedule. On the screen you can see demand schedule, individual demand schedule and also individual demand curve. This table shows inverse relation between price and quantity demanded. So when price of x is 10, what about the quantity? It is 50 units. As price fall from 10 to 8, the quantity demanded increased from 50 to 60. Then it again fall in price leads to rise in quantity demanded. So this table shows when price falls from 10 to 2, the quantity rises from 50 to 90. So there is a inverse, there is a negative relation between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of commodity. So when price falls, quantity rises. When price rises, quantity falls. Okay. Then individual demand curve shows the graphical presentation of individual demand schedule. That is a negative relation between price of a commodity and quantity demanded of a commodity by a individual households. Then assuming that other thing being equal. Then here we can see a individual demand curve. It is a negative sloping curve. That means the demand. It is a graphical presentation of demand schedule. When price is 10, the quantity demanded is 50. Okay, when price is 10, y-axis represent price and x-axis represent quantity demanded. When price is 10, quantity demanded is 50 unit. Then when price falls, quantity increase. Then when the price is 2, what about the quantity? It is 20. So one variable is decreasing, then corresponding to other variable is increasing. The y-axis represent price. The variable measured in y-axis is price. Then the variable measured in x-axis is quantity demanded. When price decreases, quantity demanded increases. So there is a negative relation between price and quantity demanded. That's why the demand curve is a negatively sloping curve. Otherwise we can say individual demand curve is always downward sloping from left to right. The next is market measure. In market demand measure, the law states that the negative relation between price and quantity demanded for a commodity by all the consumer in a market, then assuming that other thing being equal. So in individual demand, we have taken only the demand of a consumer or a household in a market. But here it shows total demand of all the consumer in a market. That is the difference between individual demand and market demand. In one, we have taken only one individual demand. But in market demand, we are taking the demand, the total demand of all the consumer in a market. But the law is same for individual demand and also for market demand. That is, the law states that the negative relation between price and quantity demanded of a commodity by all the consumer in a market, other thing being equal. So here demand is the function. Market demand is the function of price of related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preference of the consumer, expectations, number of consumer in a market, distribution of income and season or climate. So market demand is determined by all these factors, but here we are assuming that all other factors except price are constant. So market demand is also a function of price only, other thing being equal. That means there is no change in income of the consumer, there is no change in price of related goods, there is no change in expectation about price changes in future, there is no change in distribution of income, there is no change in market size or size of population or number of consumer in a market, and there is no change in season and climate. Okay, these are the assumptions of law of demand in market measure. So market demand also can explain with the help of a schedule and a curve. So what are the market demand, schedule and curve? The tabular presentation of negative relation between price of X and price of commodity and quantity demanded of commodity by all the consumer in a market is known as market demand schedule, and its graphical presentation of market demand schedule which shows negative relation between price and quantity demanded is called market demand curve. So this is the market demand schedule and market demand curve. So here let us assuming that there are three consumers in a market, that is consumer A, consumer B and consumer C. The market demand, then the first column represents the price of commodity. So the law is applicable for each and every consumer in a market. That means if price rises, the consumption, the quantity demanded will decrease for all the consumer in a market. So the market demand is obtained by adding demand of households A, households B and household C at different prices. That means the price at the price 10, the market demand is 8 plus 10 plus 12, that is 30. At price 20, the market demand is 24 because that means 6 plus 8 plus 10. We adding up the demand of all the consumer in a market. So here we are taking only 3 consumer. So the market demand is obtained from adding demand of these 3 consumer. Okay. So in this table the market demand shows inverse relation between price and quantity demanded of commodity X in a market, other thing being equal. That means the market demand falls from 30 to 6 when price rises from 10 to 50. So it shows, this market demand schedule shows the negative or inverse relation between price and market demand or quantity demand. Then this is the market curve. It is a graphical presentation of negative relation between price of X and its quantity demanded by all the consumer in a market, other thing being equal. So from this diagram, it is clear that the market demand is also a inverse sloping curve or negatively sloping curve, and derived from the horizontal summation of individual demand curve of A, B and C. For example, at price 30, the market demand is QM unit, that is 18 unit. It is the horizontal summation of individual demand by 3 buyers, that is A, B and C. At this point, that is at this price, the 30, at the price, when the price is 30, the consumer A consume 4 unit, consumer B consume 6 unit and consumer C consume 8 unit. So it is a horizontal summation of the consumption of 3 consumers. Okay. So this is the market demand curve. That is adding up of, it is derived from adding up of all the demands of the total demands of all the consumer in a market. And it shows the negative relationship between price of a commodity and quantity demanded of a commodity. When price rises from 10 to 50, demand is in the market falls from 30 unit to 6 unit of the commodity. So this is the market demand curve. Okay children, today we have discussed about the law of demand with the help of individual demand curve and schedule and market demand curve and schedule. Then basically the law of demand states that there is a inverse relationship between price of the commodity and quantity demanded of a commodity. When price falls, quantity demanded rises, and when price rises, quantity demanded falls. Okay? So children, as usual, you have to watch the URL, attend the test paper, download your notes and learn it well. Thank you children. See you in the next class. Bye.